Last night, she allegedly was scheduled to open up for Tamar Braxton because Tamar Braxton is currently on tour. Apparently, when she got to the set, she discovered that she was not on the roster to perform, and she got upset with James Wright Chanel and punched him in the face, allegedly several times, causing his tooth to chip and his face to be bloody.
Chrisean has done everything up till this far for attention. She's manipulating all of us. And the only reason I'm now waking up and realizing it because I have kids.
So it looks like Chrisean might have went and meddled with the wrong people, and now she's in some deep trouble. Chrisean is no foreigner to getting into fights because she's generally one that takes pride in it. But this time she has gone way too far. She's now facing action for beating notoriety up. So the tea is that Chrisean was at Tamar Braxton's show many days ago, but got all frenetic because they did not let her get on stage and perform, and she decided to beat up Tamar's friend and influencer James Wright, breaking his nose in the process. Well, James isn't the one to just sit back and take it. Not only did he file a police report, but he's also taking Chrisean to full court, and from the aesthetics of it, Chrisean is in a whole mound of trouble because James is plugging for everything he has got. Her baby daddy Blueface also dropped his own 2 cents on the drama, and it does not look like she will be getting any support from him because he's straight over clowning her for going to the pokey. Now this is a crazy situation, and it looks like Chrisean has eventually stunk off way further than she can bite, and she hit James right in his face.
She hit James right in his face, chipped James' tooth. James' face is bloody. James is at the hospital right now because his nose will not stop bleeding. She's going to prison.
Okay, so Chrisean has been having a bad jester band for a while now, but it was just between Blueface and her putting paws on each other at the time. But she started to take it a step further by throwing hands left and right with anybody and everyone. It's like she's in constant fight mode 24/7. She fights the baddies on the show. She's gotten into so numerous fights on the show that it's insolvable to flashback them all. I mean, she indeed punched her former hairstylist on the red carpet. But when she gave birth to her son 2 months Adjuen, people were enough auspicious thinking perhaps this baby would just turn effects around for her. You know the drill, the whole new mama, new me vibe. She indeed played it up like she was really trying to change for the positive, especially after all the drama that her and Blueface went through before the gestation and after. We were all lodging for her to step up her mama game. But turns out she's still the same old person. But this time she has pushed it way too far, to the point where police are getting involved and charges surely got filed. In many days, Adjuen Tamar Braxton was on her Love and War 10-time anniversary stint in Lay and brought Chrisean on stage as a special guest. The whole thing sounded weird from the launch, because Tamar and Chrisean teaming up was just redundant arbitrary. I mean, they are not indeed running in the same circles, and Tamar is an accomplished songster from the music dynasty, and Chrisean is a vibe all the time, Chrisean. It kinda left us all wondering how and why they indeed met, let alone why she was on stage. But before you all try to say anybody is abhorring, I'm surely not. But if we are going to be honest, Chrisean and Tamar do not indeed make a lot of sense. Plus, they do not indeed make the same type of music. So what exactly was Chrisean gonna be doing on stage while Tamar was singing? I mean, the only thing I can see is that there is always some love and some war going on with Chrisean, but I mean, that is real life for her. Well, she did get on that stage, and this is what she did. I was super confused. And it had people talking about how Tamar brought Chrisean on stage because she wanted some leverage. Now love or detest Chrisean, she does come with a lot of leverage right now because people are paying lots of attention to her. Well, either that or Tamar just really likes her because before the show they feel to be having a good time. Of course, this was before Chrisean started acting out and putting hands on members of Tamar's platoon. But this is the thing. He did not start with just punches because she had been acting out all night. I mean, just take a look at the dirty look Tamar's family Tony gave Chrisean. Chrisean Gemstone gave this sprat his stylish. Look at this Tony Braxton. They living like Tony Braxton.
Sean Rockgate just keeps getting better. Look at this Tony Braxton. The living legend Tony Braxton. This Chrisean bending over, touching her toes to make it free to back. Stick in the face.
Reports say she was super drunk, which presumably did not help the situation. Turns out her target was Tamar's friend and influencer, James Wright. Now James is no troublemaker, so the whole thing left everybody wondering why Chrisean would choose to beat him up. Well, hold on, it gets crazier because the backstory explains why James is slighting her with the action. Then is the tea. Chrisean was supposed to do her thing on stage after Tamar brought her up, but when the time came, she was nowhere to be set up. She missed her cue, and the showrunners had to move on because this show had to go forward. It turns out that she was outside the venue trying to bring in one of her musketeers. When she eventually realized that she missed her cue, she stormed confidentially demanding answers. James, who was one of the showrunners, tried to explain the situation, but that is when effects went south. Chrisean lost her entire temper and started throwing punches at James, and she ended up breaking his nose. The wildest part about all this is that Tamar was right in the room when Chrisean did it, but Chrisean easily did not watch and she just beat James over. The police were surely called, but Chrisean reportedly ran down before they got there. But she did not indeed feel bad for her jesty, because she posted several filmland on her Instagram stories showing off her iced out wrists and jewelry. Also, James went live the day after the event to talk about what happened, and he revealed that Chrisean had meddled his face up veritably poorly.
Let me tell you the crazy thing in this whole situation. Y'all should see my face, and I still got joy.
Now, Tamar's other friend Latroy took to Instagram to call Chrisean out, and he also revealed that James was going to be pressing charges against her. But Troy said, "Just want to let you all know that the girl Chrisean, you'll keep hyping up." A call to James writes Chanellet's Teast, Mars musical tonight. James is in the sanitarium. I swear I'll do everything to make sure she goes to captivity. She's trash, and that is why her life is the way that it is. She deserves everything bad that happens to her. He continued, "That lady is a disgusting gourmandizer, and I am going to make sure she goes to jail. You don't come to my show and attack people. I'm going to do everything in my power to make sure she pays for attacking James. He's going to captivity. I'm so disgusting." She was redundant, frenetic, and he took his Instagram stories to say, "Chrisean is a disgusting person, completely trash. You all need to stop satisfying bad jesty and bad people. I am so shocked Chrisean came to my show and FE'd James. She hit James in his mouth. She's disgusting. She deserves the way everybody treats her. She's trash." Now that was still not enough because he also went live to call her out.
She come to Tamar concert, which I planned, and I will say that, drunk with 1,000 people, smelling like weed, looking dumb, okay? And so she makes music. I didn't know that. You know what I'm saying? And apparently she wanted to drop a beat. So she was mad that she didn't get to perform.
Chrisean also went on Twitter herself to claim that the reason she punched James was that she felt disrespected. She said, "I do not get discourteous until you get discourteous." She also said, "Please do not believe false narratives. I had a great time last night. I got to work on not giving my energy and leverage to my adversary." She also in life to claim that they were conniving against her and they were trying to use her for Paul.
I don't know what was miscommunicated or what was plotted against me, but I was supposed to perform. And that was that. All this other false narrative saying this happened, she did that. I don't know what that, I don't know. I think it's just a clout chasing thing. So honestly, I have to start protecting my name when I...
Now, it's unclear why Tamar Braxton of the Braxton family would need Chrisean for leverage, but okay. Despite Chrisean's words, James just is not buying it. He is taking this mess to a whole nother position by filing his police report. And Bobby are surely on the case, digging into the confidentially chaos. But stay, there is surely more. James slighted her with a full action as well, listing her as a FA and all feathers of legal trouble. Chrisean has a legal storm coming, and she only has herself to condemn for this coming drama, especially since she is not sorry and still hasn't apologized. And you all want to know who is enjoying watching Chrisean go down like this. Blueface, that is who. If or I've been following their whole entire mess, you will know that she's on a charge to beget trouble for him ever since he proposed to Jaden. She's out to destroy their relationship, She literally claimed that she was pregnant with Blueface's baby again, plans to have further kiddies.
Plans to have more kids? Do you want more kids in the future?
I always knew I wanted to be a mom. I always knew I wanted to have 12 kids. So one down, one on the way, and what's the last 10 to go?
But she did not stop there, because she indeed went as far as to claim that he'd bought the ring to propose to her, and not Jaden.
Damn well, that was my ring. Man, people be trolling, right? And I don't troll for real. I just got receipts and I be telling the truth.
She went live on Instagram to claim that she and Blueface had been together the night ahead and they had gotten intimate.
And Blue we want to leave each other alone. We really do. It just never will happen. I can't give him what he wants. He can't give me what we want. So we just have that toxic ass. I ain't never leaving.
So it goes without saying that Blueface would actually want to see Chrisean go down. Plus he has been looking for a reason to take Chrisean down from her. So it looks like this might be an occasion for him to do just that. According to Bigwig, Blueface has been clowning Chrisean, telling her that it was eventually time for her to face some consequences for her bad gesture. He thinks that air is eventually coming for her, and he plans to enjoy every single bit of it. Suckers have left commentary saying people have the wimwams to be on James Wright Chanel's egg comments telling him he not to go to the police because Chrisean could lose guardianship of the baby and go to captivity. Okay, and what is that got to do with him? She knows right from wrong. She isn't a child. Chrisean has a history of assaulting people. She's a dumb, ghetto psychotic hood rat. That freak needs to be in captivity. But first someone needs to beat her up. And Chrisean has been absolutely offensive and has been assaulting people left and right. However, that would be her fault if she goes to captivity. This situation is wild. But Chrisean kinda had it coming. Do you suppose that Chrisean needs to face her consequences? Or do you suppose that James needs to drop the action because of the baby? Drop your studies and commentary below. And if you suppose that this is a mess, here, stay till you see this coming videotape.